A little girl kissed a dog. What happened next shocked everyone to the core. A woman, abandoned by her husband, was left alone with a dog she had never loved. But her little daughter noticed something no one else had seen. When the child kissed him, the dog's reaction deeply shook the mother. Was he just a pet or a silent guardian of the family? Emily slammed the washing machine door shut harder than she intended. The loud bang echoed through their small apartment. She muttered angrily, "Even the dog he couldn't take with him. No, he left me all the bills. And this animal." From the couch, Max raised his head. The ears of the big German shepherd in the old blue collar perked up. He looked straight at her with that same calm, steady gaze her husband always called a sign of loyalty. To Emily, it looked more like judgment. "Stop staring at me like that," she snapped. "You're his dog, not mine." A tiny voice came from the floor. "Mommy, don't be mean to Max." Emily turned around. Her daughter Lily, with messy blonde curls, wearing a red sweater clearly too big for her, was sitting on a carpet among scattered blocks. Her small hands tightly held Max's tail, as if it were a rope. The dog sat completely still, firm, patient, letting the girl hold on to him. "Lily, I told you not to pull his tail. He's not a toy, but he loves me," Lily answered simply with a smile. "He always takes care of me." Emily gave a bitter laugh. "Takes care of you? Yeah, right. This dog didn't help when your dad left, didn't help pay the rent, didn't help buy food. All he does is eat." She grabbed a shirt from the pile of laundry and began folding it quickly, irritably. Lily's face fell. "But he's my best friend." Emily shook her head. "Your best friend? He's a burden. That's what he is." As if sensing the tension in the room, Max moved closer to Lily. His large body positioned itself between her and the edge of the table where a glass stood, dangerously close to the edge. The dog's chest pressed gently against the little girl's back like a protective barrier. Emily noticed and narrowed her eyes. "See? That's exactly what he does. Always getting in the way." But Lily quietly laughed and stroked his fur. "No, Mommy, he protects me. Look." She accidentally pushed the block too hard, and it rolled under the black leather couch. The girl reached with her short arms. "Mommy, it's gone," she whined, peering into the dark gap. Emily sighed and was about to kneel down, but Max was faster. Smoothly, confidently, he lowered his muzzle to the floor, gently scraped with his paw, then pushed with his nose. The block rolled out right into Lily's waiting hands. "See, Mommy, he helped me," Lily said proudly, holding up the block. Emily froze. She wanted to brush it off. Coincidence. Lucky. But this wasn't the first time. She remembered how he once brought Lily's blanket from another room when she was crying, how he nudged her fallen glass back upright. She pushed those thoughts away. He just wants food. Don't make things up. Lily wasn't listening. She wrapped her small arms around Max's neck. "Good boy." The dog leaned into the hug, but his eyes lifted again to Emily. Not playful, not pleading, just watching. Always watching. Emily's voice broke into an angry shout. "Stop pretending you understand anything. You're just an animal. You can't fix what's broken here." Lily pulled back from her mother's sharp tone. "Mommy, stop being mean to him." Emily's chest tightened. Her daughter had never defended anyone like this. Not strangers, not anyone. And now a dog. The pain was stronger than she wanted to admit. From upstairs, the neighbor banged on the floor. "Keep it down." Emily yelled back, "Mind your own business." She pointed at Max. "You hear that? Everyone hates you. You're nothing but trouble for us." Max didn't flinch. Instead, he gently nudged Lily's toy cup closer to her with his nose. The girl squealed with joy and hugged it to herself. Emily's hands trembled as she reached for another item. She wanted to shout that none of this meant anything. But seeing her daughter's face light up because of the dog, she felt something inside her crack. Her husband left without looking back. He didn't care what happened to them. But the dog stayed. The dog was here. Emily bit her lip until it hurt and dropped the shirt back into the basket. "This changes nothing," she whispered, mostly to herself. "Nothing at all." But Max was already lying beside Lily, calm, steady. His tail slowly swept the floor. And Lily, beaming with happiness, repeated in her thin little voice. "He helped me, Mommy. He always helps me." Emily turned away, throat tight, refusing to see what her daughter saw so clearly. Emily carried the laundry basket down the hallway, muttering, "I should have taken him to the shelter the day your father left. So many problems would have been avoided." Her voice was sharp, but she slowed her steps when she heard Lily's laughter from the living room. The cheerful sound stood in sharp contrast to the anger burning in her chest. She stopped in the doorway. Lily was sitting on the black leather couch, red sweater crumpled, curls bouncing as she clapped her hands. Max sat directly in front of her, motionless, calm, as if guarding the entire space around the girl. Emily frowned. "You two are acting like I'm not even here. Like he's the one holding this family together." Lily looked at her. "Mommy, look what he did. He found my block again. I dropped it and he brought it." Emily clenched her jaw. "Of course he brought it. That's all he knows how to do. Spoil you rotten, make you think he's some kind of hero." Lily's smile vanished. "Don't say bad things about him." The firmness in the small voice caught Emily off guard. She had expected her daughter to sulk or cry, not to stand up for him. The girl hugged Max's neck tightly, whispered something into his fur, and Max pressed closer, as he understood every word. Another loud bang from upstairs. The neighbor's voice thundered through the ceiling. "Control that beast, or I'm calling the landlord today." Emily's patience finally snapped. She shouted at the ceiling, "Go ahead, try it." Her throat burned with rage. She spun toward the dog. "This is all because of you. One sound from you, and we'll get evicted. You'll ruin us. You'll destroy everything." Max's ears twitched, but he didn't back away. Instead, he turned and, with his nose, nudged the toy even closer to Lily. His eyes stayed locked on Emily. Quiet, calm, confident defiance, as if challenging her. "Look, really look." Lily glared at her mother angrily. "Mommy, stop it. He's good. He helps me every day. You just don't notice." The words hit hard. Emily opened her mouth to snap back, but the words stuck. In those calm dog eyes she saw her own reflection, tired, angry, alone. He didn't leave. He wasn't like her husband. He stayed, but she couldn't allow herself to realize it. She pushed the feeling away and said firmly, "Time for bed. Enough playing." Lily completely ignored her, laughing again when Max gently pulled an old worn teddy bear from the toy basket with his paw and softly placed on her lap. "See? He shares with me." Emily's knees nearly buckled. That teddy bear was the one thing Max had never let anyone touch, and now he gave it to her daughter without the slightest hesitation. Lily's voice became soft and tender. "Thank you, Max." She leaned closer. Her tiny lips touched the dog's black nose. Emily tensed instantly. "Lily, don't." But it was too late. The kiss happened. For one moment, everything froze. Then Max lowered his head and pressed his broad forehead against the girl's face, responding in his own way. His chest rose deeply, breath held, and instead of pulling away, he stayed, gently, consciously, unwavering. Lily gave a quiet gasp. "Mommy, did you see?" He kissed me back. Emily's heart pounded. Her hands shook on the laundry basket. The room suddenly felt smaller, heavier, filled with a truth she had tried so hard to ignore. She wanted to call it coincidence, luck, animal instinct, but it wasn't. It was connection. The neighbor stomped again upstairs, but Emily barely heard it. Her daughter had given love to the dog, and the dog had given it back. Lily hugged Max around the neck and whispered, "I love you." And though Emily couldn't find words, she felt the power of that loyalty coming from the animal. Loyalty she had rejected, denied, but which now surrounded her daughter like protective armor. Tears stung her eyes. She sank onto the couch and whispered into the emptiness. "He should have taken you when he left. But maybe he left you exactly for her." Lily smiled, not fully understanding the weight of those words. "Mommy, now he's ours." Emily slowly reached out. With trembling fingers, for the first time she touched Max's fur without anger or resentment. He didn't move, didn't show off. He simply stayed, eyes soft, as if he'd been waiting for this moment his whole life. The banging upstairs finally stopped. The apartment fell into complete silence, broken only by Lily's steady laughter as she kissed Max on the head again. Emily exhaled shakily. The anger drained away. The fear began to crack. Now she understood the truth with painful clarity. Her husband abandoned them, but the dog did not. And no matter what, that mattered. The basket tilted again, clothes spilling out. But Emily no longer cared. She leaned back, looking at her daughter and at the dog she once despised. For the first time since her world collapsed, she felt a tiny hint of safety. Weeks passed. The noise complaints gradually stopped. The neighbor who once threatened eviction now watched silently as Lily walked down the hallway, Max carefully stepping beside her, matching his pace to the toddler's unsteady walk. Even the coldest hearts melted at the sight. Emily still carried heat inside, still felt the sharp pain of betrayal whenever she thought of the man who left. But every evening, when the laundry remained unfolded and exhaustion threatened to crush her, she looked at the couch. There Lily curled up against Max's chest, the old teddy bear squeezed between them, both sleeping in complete trust. This bond was born without her permission, but it became the only stable thing in their fragile life. Emily understood. She was no longer raising her daughter alone. Max was here, quiet, reliable, filling the emptiness her husband left behind. For the first time in many months, she whispered into the darkness a quiet, "Thank you," and Max's ears moved slightly, as if he heard and understood. Did you like the story? What would you do in Emily's place? Would you push Max away or give him a chance? Write in the comments below. If you enjoyed the story, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Thank you so much for being with us. See you in the next video.